Stellenbosch FC CEO Rob has confirmed that Amakhosi formally submitted a bid for Sibongiseni Mthethwa. Confirming Amakhosi formally bid, Rob made it clear that Mthethwa was a player that they wanted to retain. There has been a lot of uninformed speculation around the player in the press lately. Mthethwa is highly valued Stellenbosch player that we want to retain, the CEO told the SABC Sport. A few clubs have shown interest, including Amakhosi, but as of today, on Saturday, which was yesterday, he remained our player. But there is a twist in this, of which many people are not happy, especially Amakhosi fans, about this. Amakhosi will send one of their favorite youngster, and a cash in order to seal the deal with Stellenbosch FC. And that youngster is not Isabelo Radebe. Well, there are those who are excited that the signing of or the addition of Sibongiseni Mthethwa will of course bring change to Amakhosi. He can score. He is a defensive middle fielder that can score. However, there are those who believe that even if Amakhosi can add Mthethwa, they still need to add on strikers department. The former Kaizer Chiefs captain told the media that the Glamour boys still need a profile league striker to compete the league. This is what he told the media. Amakhosi have made great signing this season, mainly in defense and midfield. If you look at the way they signed this season, they have shown that they are ready to step up. There is more balance in the team, but they need to sign a striker who can score goals week in and week out. There is still the need to score goals to win more games. If they can do that, then they will win more games and compete for the league title this season, he added. Stellenbosch FC coach Steve Barker has called the Kaizer Chiefs coach Molefe to order, saying it was disrespectful that he spoke so openly about his player Sibongiseni Mthethwa. Hi and welcome. Speaking to Itiski Times, this is what Steve Barker said. As a coach, I wouldn't do that. I have got the desire to have many players from other clubs, but at the end of the day, if we Stellenbosch, we want a footballer from another team. We get our management, our CEO Rob, to engage formally with them, and that is the way we do it. It is a bit frustrating when it goes out to the media because the player is a Stellenbosch player, and for me, that is not the way to show it. On the rumors going around about OX, this is what Steve Barker said. Sometimes I take them with a pinch of salt because it is always speculation. You know, he is a good player, and we all know that he had a good time with us. You know, when you have a good player and the window is still open, there will always be speculation. But right now, that is all it is. I am glad that he is committed to us, and once again, he put in a very good performance, he added. Well, Coach Steve Barker calling Molefe to order, it wasn't mean harm, but it was harmless. Remember, Kaizer Chiefs is one of the biggest club, or it is the biggest club in Africa. So when a player hear that he will be called or he is monitored by Kaizer Chiefs, obviously everything will be affected. His performance, his psychological effect, everything will be affected. The player will be excited, or sometimes the player will be worried and saying, okay, I've been monitored by Kaizer Chiefs and Kaizer Chiefs want me, but nothing is happening. But I don't think with this Sibongiseni Mthethwa that was the case, because if you can remember, this is not the first time Amakhosi or the news of Sibongiseni Mthethwa being wanted by Amakhosi are all over the media. Even before the January transfer window could open, the news of Sibongiseni Mthethwa being wanted or about to be signed by Amakhosi were all over the media. But this time it was different because the coach Molefe confirmed on the media that indeed they are eyeing and they also want to sign Sibongiseni Mthethwa. So I don't think it really affected Sibongiseni Mthethwa. But that is all for now. Former Bafana striker Siyabonga Nomvete says Amakhosi midfielder Sithebe need to understand that Amakhosi are a big team. According to Far Post, this is what Siyabonga said. I think Sithebe need to know that Chiefs are a big team in country and in Africa as a continent. When I joined Amakosi from Africa Wanderers, I knew that I had to work harder than before. Amakosi are a big team with fans all over the country and in Africa. I think Siyabonga Sithebe need to do the same. You are expected to do well every time you get a chance to play. Their fans expect nothing but the best all the time. Siyabonga Sithebe is a quality player and need to work hard and understand that he is now playing for a bigger team. Royal AM head coach John Maduka has shed light on unexpected appearance of club chairman Mpisane on the bench during their match against Kaizer Chiefs. In a post-match press conference, this is what he said. Mpisane works hard, finishes the training sessions. Whenever we do conditioning sessions, he is not a player that pulls out. He might look the way he looks, but whenever we do training sessions, he does manage to finish them. The conditioning part is very tough, but he does finish. Last time we used him in a friendly against Amazulu, he played over 70 to 75 minutes where he never looked flat or tired. He is still a part of the team, he added. And on another news, Coach Modifensek has answered those who were asking or who were confused why Potsane and Mdantshane were not played against Royal AM. He said they were doing tactical rotation, meaning we will see this more often in the upcoming games. I don't know. I'm just assuming that if the Royal AM game we're not having Potsane and Mdantshane, then in the next game maybe 2 or 3 players will not be there because it is a tactical rotation or it was just for one game. He said, I think we are doing a very important tactical rotation of our player, and it also depends on the approach for the day. When you look at Potsane and Mdantshane, they have been playing all the games that we have played this season. Unfortunately, the level of freshness was very important, so we were giving fresher players an opportunity to play. Mdantshane and Potsane have been part of the training this week. They are training and preparing for the next week matches. So the rotation is very important because if ever you have challenges, either suspension or injuries, then you will have a player who is not ready to play. They have done very well in the past matches. Today, we gave another players a chance, and I think they also did very well. So it is a fair competition we have for the first 11 or to be in the first 20, she concluded.